Howdy folks, today we're playing Dimir Reanimator in Aetherdrift Standard. This deck is built to do two things. One, beat mono red or aggressive decks by having cut down Locust Spray, Bitter Triumph into a big life linking threat, hopefully on turn 4 with the Zombify. Also be able to block with the Evangels and Steamcore Scholars. Hopefully be able to be fast enough to combat mono red. And two, be able to beat everything else just because they cannot beat a Valgavoth or an Atraxa. And then we have this Evangel and Steamcore Scholar in here, kind of as secondary power draw. So how are we going to get our Valgavoth and Atraxa into the graveyard? Well, we have Evangel of Synthesis to draw and discard, Steamcore Scholar, draw and discard. We can mill things with the Free the Faith part of Picklock Prankster, mill 4 cards, and then return to instant sorcery. Founding the third path, second chapter, mill 4 cards. Bitter Triumph, as an additional cost to cast a spell, you can discard a card, which can be a benefit. On turn 2, we discard a Valgavoth and then bring it back. That's the plan of this deck. Hopefully, we can get that plan to bear some fruit on the ladder. Alrighty, starting off here, Restless Reef. I think that's fine. We can play our Prankster or Founding. Llanowar Elves, okay. Could do an Evangel as well. Let's see, opponent's on a ramp deck. Pelucrinus, okay. Well, I think that makes our decision easy. Let's go ahead and discard a card. Target this, discard a Valgavoth. Now we're just looking to mill over a Zombify. Yeah, let's play this Founding the third path. And I think we're good for the mill 4 cards. Did hit the Zombify. So we're going to try to cast that with our Founding next turn. Opponent does make a fish. Can they remove our Founding in the third path? If they can, then we're going to Picklock Prankster. Return it back, but play an Evangel as well. Opponent has to be worried about the Valgavoth for sure. Nissa. Okay, sure thing. Can destroy our enchantment. Decide not to. Alright, Zombify. Oh, we can't. We don't have the mana for it yet. Okay, I guess we will decline. Means I should have started this on instant or sorcery. That's my bad. Alright, Evangel time. Nonetheless, play bad. It can still win. Let's see if we can make that a reality. Then get the Zombify back. Oh, we exiled it. Oh my goodness. This is just a disaster right now. We're punting this game left, right, and center. Gonna need to mill another Zombify with our Picklock Prankster. Okay. Another token from Nissa, that's fine. Opponent's getting in, they have 4 mana up, they're gonna keep up. So they must have some plan with his Llanowar Elves. Zombify. We're just too good at the game. Valgavoth or Atraxa. Let's go with Atraxa. So we get another Zombify here. Zombify type effect. Zombify. Instant. Let's get this Bitter Triumph. Enchantment. Let's get this Founding. Creature Picklock Prankster. Took a island, sure thing. Pass the turn. See if our opponent has a way they can remove our 7/7. Vigilance is strong too. If they attack, we'll block the smaller whatever they attack with. I had to guess. 6/6 coming in.
Fight beside us.
So we could do no blocks and then try to kill the Nissa, but I think we're just priced in no blocking if they're going to kill our stuff. We're going to gain 7 life here. Presumably kill a creature. But we'll block the 4/4 and risk taking 1 extra damage here. Or they could just sack this. That's fine. If they just want to sack a token and draw a card, we're more than happy with that. The goal is to be able to just attack this Nissa down, gain some life. Okay, they let me gain the life. Okay, now they're going to try to remove our Atraxa, I would assume. Some sort of fight spell. Yep. That's fine. We can get a Valgavoth next turn and a Bitter Triumph on this Nissa. Alright, come back here, Valgavoth. Or we could get this Atraxa again. We'd rather just get the Valgavoth, though. It's way bigger. We have cards in our hand now, too. We're fine to discard. Target this. We don't need this Evangel, I don't think. Get rid of the Nissa. We have a 9/9 Vigilance, Lifelink, Ward, sacrifice 3 non-land permanents. Yep, Nissa down. We can cast a Nissa for life. Yeah, not worth it, I don't think, to play the Nissa. You can see the power of this deck. We might just absolutely fumble into a win here. I've played absolutely terribly with the founding the third path, but that's the thing about playing new decks all the time. You gotta learn the patterns. And we certainly have here. Okay, our opponent can -7/-7 give things trample.
Witness my garden's glory.
Means we have to block. Okay. Let's block. Nissa was their best draw there. Up to 13. Just looking for another Zombify type effect. So we can use this founding the third path to get that. Zombify. Cast. Actually have the mana for it this time. Valgavoth. Autopay. Can you beat it, opponents? Valgavoth just keeps coming back. Big creatures on the other side. They're going to draw with the token. Okay, that's a sign of weakness from our opponent here. I mean, we're blocking. They can remove it, they can remove it. You have to pay the ward, though. It's going to be a little bit harder on the Valgavoth. What they needed was a pump spell there. Opponent might be realizing they now don't have the non-land permanents. Trailblazer, sure thing. Add to color. Now they could do it if they sack all their permanents. It gets our Valgavoth off the field here. Yeah. Opponent's finding ways to remove our Valgavoth. Sacrifices their board to do it, though. Alrighty. Let's go ahead and Steamcore Scholar here to start off. Nope, we want to keep both of those. We can lose these. Let's Proft's Eidetic Memory. Draw a card. Start milling. Make a 5/5. Oh yeah, we don't have Don't have anything else in our hand, really. Trailblazers are going to be putting in some work. They've successfully removed our Valgavoths. Trailblazer, okay. Do they have another big creature to play, though? It's the real question. Nowhere else, okay. Not quite going to draw them a card, but in the future they'll draw cards. Alright. Prankster here, or just attack with the Reefs? I think we want to give our opponent as few turns as possible, so let's just jam in with these Reefs. Discard a card. Don't need this Darkslick Shores. Opponent can make a fish here to block, but they could also just block with land where else. We will mill. Don't necessarily need to mill our opponents here. Yep, fish coming in. Another Zombify in the yard. Alright, opponent. See that block. Yep, fish is blocking. Takes 5. Forest here. Then now they're just gonna be making fish and blocking here. Can't quite cast that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So let's power it up and jam it again. Yeah, I don't think we want to risk milling ourselves anymore. Let's mill them. Yep, fish coming in. 4 lands. Wow, this game was over if I didn't mill them there, but that's alright. Okay, this puts our opponent down to 3. So if we play a Prankster, doesn't change our timeline here. So let's just Pixie. Or free the Fae. Hit a cut down, sure thing. I can remove a Fountain Port token before blocks, and despite our best efforts, we won the game. GG's. Alrighty, we are going second here. We can keep this hand. Cut down our opponent's first play. Oh, Swift Spear. Can't Lotus Spray that. See, this is where you really want your opponent to have a mouse to start. Alright. Gotta do it in our turn because they can get it out of the cut down range. See if they play like a Heartfire hero here. Then we can Locust Spray. Manifold Mouse. Not ideal. Bitter Triumph, though, is not bad. Discard is Valgavoth. We can play this Founding next turn. Discard, or, you know, cast this Locust Spray if they play like a Heartfire hero. Nothing, huh? Okay. They didn't have any other creatures, really. Wow, well, I guess that's why we have the removal spell in our deck. Mono red down. GG's. Alright, opponent's going first here. We have Evangel of Synthesis to discard a Valgavoth into a Zombify. This is the plan of the deck. Let's see if it can beat Mono Red's Hired Claw. Okay, it's going to be tough. Reef on turn 1. Evangel on turn 2. Steamcore on turn 3. Zombify Valgavoth turn 4. That's the plan. Alright, Synthesis. Discard Valgavoth. Next turn, Steamcore Scholar. Try to block again. Turn 4, Zombify. Screaming Nemesis is definitely annoying. Hurts our plan to block with the Valgavoth down the line. Alright, what should we do? Gloomlake Verge, probably. We can cast Proft's Eidetic Memory, draw, just see what's up. Cut down this Hardfire hero. Four, pass the turn. Now it's a 3-4. Yeah, we're blocking here. Burst lightning, sure thing. Gotta have something else though, and a counter. Okay, that's fine by us. We get to Zombify next turn. Okay, they are gonna shock this. Okay, makes us not be able to gain any more life the rest of the game. But Valgavoth is still a huge creature. It is a 9/9. Swiss Spear, sure thing. Block the Swift Spear, because this is going to do 9 damage to us. Oh, do they have Monstrous Rage too? Shock, okay. We need a way to kill this Screaming Nemesis. Let's try to Steamcore Scholar, draw Bitter Triumph. Whatever it's called. Okay, Valgavoth down. Highland. Cast a life, but I don't think it's worth it. Alright. Our whole idea is to try to block our way out of this with the Screaming Nemesis. Manifold Mouse Offspring, okay. That's fine with us, though. I think this is lethal for us. We get to kill them. Yeah, sure thing, dude. Do whatever you want over there. Might beat a Screaming Nemesis here. Yeah, got a block. They can do 2 to us. My turn. Swing for 11? GG's. Yeah, that's right. Mono red. Pound sand. Take that L, baby. Woo! GG's. Alrighty, our opponent has kept... I think we need a mulligan, though, on 7. Don't think we can keep a spell hand without blue mana. Our opponent, though, just scared of the raw aura we exude. GG's. Alrighty, opponent's going first. If we're playing against the creature deck, this is pretty good. So let's see if we are. Restless Cottage, eh? Yeah, let's get this reef down. See what they play. Wastewood Verge. Llanowar Elves. Freebooter. Okay, this is gonna go 1/1. I think in that event we'll just play our Evangel. We need to try to dig towards a... I don't think we want this. I think we need to dig towards Valgavoth or something. Sentinel, okay. Map token. So we could Founding the Third Path to Bitter Triumph. But I'm not really scared of the Sentinel, so let's just play the Steamcore Scholar. And we can discard a cut down. Pass turn. Looking for a way to get a Valgavoth into the graveyard here. We'll have to note that this Restless Cottage can get rid of creature in our graveyard. Get a swamp off of it. Yeah, we'll take 3, no biggie. Okay, they hit in our land. They hit a Shoot the Shaft, restore target non-outlaw creature. Yep. Alright, yeah, let's Founding. Cast this Bitter Triumph. Discard a card. Don't need this Darkslick Shores anymore. So we can play the Restless Reef, or we can play another Founding. we'll just pass here after attacking. Opponent can block and make a treasure if they would like. Fine by us. I'm gonna regenerate this. We're gonna sacrifice it to. Okay, no, they're just gonna Bitter Triumph us back. Well, fair enough. Scries and treasure. Opponent has Restless Reef, but we don't have any of our big boom booms in the graveyard yet. As soon as we do get them, though, we need to start using Nissa. Okay. This is good. Mill. That was a Valgavoth, so let's get it back. Pass the turn. Now we have the Evangel for the protection from an Edict. They could plus and then sack everything to kill the Valgavoth. But we'd be pretty fine with that since we have this Zombify to recast it. Actually, I think we'll just block straight up. Okay, sure. Oh, they are just going to go ahead and sacrifice stuff. 3 non-land permanents, though. I'm not sure why you would animate the cottage there. Since it isn't a land permanent. Doesn't change your fortunes. Unless you're going to kill it. Sure. Okay, let's attack the Nissa. Gain our life back. Let's get rid of 7/7. Play the Nissa. Make an 8/8. And that's enough from our opponent already. Pretty powerful card that Valgavoth is. GG's. Alrighty, we're going first. And yeah, we have the Evangel into discard Atraxa into Zombify it. That's the plan. Let's see if we can execute the plan. We need lands to get there, though. Fanatical Firebrand. Goblins. Okay. It's time to be goblin. Come on, let's get some lands. There we go. See ya, Atraxa. Next turn we can Proft and a cut down. Come on, opponent. We'll block all day. We don't need this Evangel. Sure. Okay. Exiled. No biggie. Got a Valgavoth. Yeah, we just need land, so let's try to draw into one. Alrighty, didn't draw one. Opponent is has some life here. Hollow Squad heavy. Gotta cut that down before it starts cooking. It's unfortunate that card doesn't have the power and toughness you would like from that slot in the deck. All right, are we gonna play Founding the Third Path? I think we're just gonna pass. Honestly, cut down kills most things in their deck. See what they have. Firebrand, sure. Okay, this way we can prevent from adding to their engine speed. Yep, that's fine. We have a Bitter Triumph for that. Dropkick Bomber. I think we're just going to pass the turn. We have our Valgavoth plan in hand. Or Atraxa. Okay, they're going to attack. Let's discard a card. Target this. Yeah, just get the Valgavoth in graveyard. I don't think this red deck's gonna have any way to exile our graveyard. It'd be crazy for them to have a Ghost Vacuum. Krenko, sure thing. Alright, well. continuing to just bleed our hand of spells here. Alright, 3 mana. Let's try to get a 4th mana. That's all we want. 4 mana so we can play this Atraxa. Draconautics Engineer. Sure. So we could use this to play a Bitter Triumph and just lose 3 life to kill their 4/4. Probably worth it. We can't do that right now though, actually. So let's just do this. Say no, pass the turn. Try to cycle this Locust Spray into a land of any kind. Untapped land of any kind, knock on wood. Krenko, yeah, that's good. Gonna be able to give it haste. Really need the untapped land here. Yep, goblin time. Sure thing, let's go ahead and cycle. No lands, come on. We're not gonna lose like this. There we go. Yeah, we'll move 4. Swamp. Valgavoth. I think we just need the higher lifelink spell right now. We just might lose if we don't. Block their biggest thing. They might just make a crap ton of goblins and go wide. It's possible that kills us. Goblin's getting big. They attack with the Krenko, it's an easy block. Oh yeah, just more goblins on the way. Need something to get rid of this dropkick bomber eventually. Yep, let's cast this Zombify. Cast it, get back Atraxa, auto pay. Gonna need some ways to remove some creatures. Bitter Triumph can do that. Evangel is a creature. We'll take that, might as well, I suppose. Probably better than Picklock Prankster. Reef, sure thing, and Zombify, sure thing. Opponent can do so much damage to us that we could just lose to Krenko here because we didn't draw these lands fast enough. This bomber lowers their total ability to get stuff done. Though I can't imagine this is lethal since we're going to gain 16 here. That puts us at 25. Alright, well, math isn't that crazy. We just block the biggest things and hope. This is 14, 18, 22. I don't think this kills us. Go to 5. Seer Slicer Goblin, sure thing. Alright, we need to get rid of this dropkick bomber. Darkslick Shores can go. We can attack with the Atraxa. Gain a bunch of life. Go up to 12. Play this Evangel. Discard another Zombify. Pass the turn. Opponent now doesn't have haste yet because this Amonkhet Raceway can't give anything haste. Krangle can make a bunch of creatures, but it's not going to be enough unless they have some miracle here. I think if they had waited exactly one turn, maybe they would have had a better chance. I'm not sure. They're dead in the air here, though. Wow, they did their thing because we took forever to set up our thing, but got there just in time. GG's. Alrighty, opponent's going first. This hand is on the very edge of keepable. We'll see. Quetzalcoatl, what we got? Hopeless Nightmare, maybe? Scavenger, okay, that has to take a cut down. Yep, cut it down. I cut it down. Okay, we can Proft's Eidetic Memory next turn. Steamcore Scholar turn after that. Esper Enchantments, Nightmare, okay. We can discard Verge here pretty easily. Let's get Proft's Eidetic Memory rolling. And draw a card. Evangel, sure thing. Next turn we have the Scholar, and then make it a 4/4 with the Proft, pretty good. 3 mana 4/4 Flying Vigilance. Draw 2, discard 1 or 2. Fear of Isolation. Okay, that's fine by us. Goodbye, Swamp. Hello, Swamp. It is back. Goodbye, Atraxa. Pass the turn. Fear of Isolation, hope to block. They could Grim Bobble it post-combat or something, or they can just play Momentum Breaker to get rid of it now. Go for the Throat also gets rid of it. Yep. But we already drew some cards with it, so not feeling too bad there. Hopeless Nightmare picked up by the Pixie. We'll get the Scholar again into a 4/4 though, unless we draw a Zombify or something better. Alright, Scholar time. We will keep that. Swamps can go bye-bye. Gloomlake Verge. 4/4 time. Pass the turn. We can discard this Evangel with the Hopeless Nightmare. Hopefully they don't have a way to make us discard 3 things. I mean, that's game over if they do. Evangel, see you later. Can you kill our Steamcore Scholar again? Would be fine if you could, especially if you tap that juicy blue mana. Fear of Isolation, okay. Well, see you later, Founding the Third Path. Zombify getting the Atraxa is coming through. Hopefully refill our hand here. Come on board, Atraxa. Get another Atraxa. Enchantment, sure. Cut down, yep. Zombify, yep. Restless Reef, sure. Play the Reef. It's got Vigilance. Don't think it's worth here. Does our opponent have a cut down? Feels, or go for the Throat. Feels like they would have used it on the Atraxa if they did. Or on the Steamcore Scholar last turn if they did, unless they just drew it. We can get another Lifelinker back, though, if that's the case. Atraxa famously is great on both attack and defense. Kaido stuns the Atraxa down.
Don't worry,
Still have the blocks, though, with the Scholar.
I've got them pinned. Press the attack.
Okay, so we got to get this Atraxa into our graveyard here. We could use this Founding the Third Path to exile a cut down and play it, and then kill the Kaido or attack the Kaido. Let's try that. Go ahead and get cut down. Get rid of this Fear of Isolation. It's a 3 mana cut down. That's how it is sometimes, though. Alright, attack the Kaido. They'll block with the Pixie, I'm sure. Maybe not. They might just let it die. Okay, yep.
definitely
Have this
lost.
4/4 flying vigilance still back to block this anchorage. Underground River's not going to do it for our opponent. GG's. Alrighty, going first here. And yeah, we have the Bitter Triumph discard, Valgavoth or Atraxa. Get it back with Zombify plan. Let's do it. Just need our opponent to have a creature for this Bitter Triumph. Sometimes it doesn't happen though. You'd be surprised. And we need an extra land. Untapped land or tapped land before turn 3 or earlier. So we can play on turn 3. Opponent deciding what they would like to do still. Some nice cool sleeves. To me that screams Blue Mage. We'll see though. This Gandalf could be white though. Mono red. Nah, yeah, I was wrong. Mono red it is. Alright, pass the turn. Bitter Triumph. Get rid of a Valgavoth. Just try to reanimate it. That's the plan. Yep, we're going to kill that Challenger. It's a better card. Discard. See ya, Valgavoth. This is where you want to be on the play. Versus the draw makes a huge difference. If we were on the draw here, I think we're like 0% to win. In the play, we have a chance. Alright, Steamcore Scholar. Hit us a land here. Don't even need it to, since we already found one. Nice. Draw 2. Discard Atraxa. Have a 2/2 to block. Also Zombify, getting back a Valgavoth next turn. Let's see. We need to avoid like a Sheltered by Ghost and them also just randomly having all of the permanents on the field. I think having Valgavoth and making them sacrifice 3 permanents though would be ideal. So that's the plan. If they attack with Hard Claw, we'll block certainly, and if they, you know, they want to pump up the Hard Claw, I mean that's a great use of their mana for us. Burst Lightning, sure thing, man. Go hog wild. You gonna put the counter on it? Yep. 2/3 it is. Alright, opponent. Got a question for you. Can you beat Atraxa? I think we'll do Atraxa. This way we can find another Zombify and cast something else. Or a Live or Die. Yep. Live or Die, Evangel, Zombify, Swamp, and Island. Alright, opponent. Can you beat Atraxa? If you can beat Atraxa, can you beat Valgavoth? Do have this Sheltered by Ghosts, yep. Problem for our opponent though is a Bitter Triumph gets us back our creature, although we might just okay, no, now we'll certainly Bitter Triumph. Ward 2, yeah, that's fine. Actually, I think the best course of action is just to play this Live or Die on our Valgavoth here in combat. So that way we get a free block and they can't cast Sheltered by Ghost in combat. Mice +1/+1, sure thing. A really astute opponent might not attack here. Okay, opponent's gonna learn about Live or Die. Alright, Valgavoth. Come do your thing. Yeah. Opponent learned today. GG's. Alrighty, this is a big bet that our opponent's playing some sort of aggro deck. Let's see if the bet pays off. We have 1 black mana. We'll see if we can make it work unless we draw out islands or plains. Island or plains. Swamp or an island, rather. We did indeed find this cut down. This Locust Spray can be cycled. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. Founding the 3rd path. I think we're just going to cast the Synthesis here. Don't think we want to cast the Founding 3rd path yet when we don't know quite what's going on. Looks to just be a control deck. Okay, don't have Don't necessarily have what they need. See if they can kill our Evangel. Ride's End. Okay. Certainly a control deck. Let's... Yeah, let's play this on its first chapter. Did not cast anything. So that way next turn we can mill some cards. And then turn after that we can potentially use its last ability. Yep, let's mill. Okay, let's play another one. Nothing. Hopefully we can mill a Zombify with this one. Oh, they're gonna resolve in reverse order though. Okay, yeah, nope, can't do anything there. All it did was 2 mana mill 4. There's a Zombify though. Okay, let's play a Scholar. They just have white mana, so not much they can do. Get rid of this cut down. Play this, pass the turn. We do have a Steamcore Scholar in there for Zombify. Okay, opponent's blue mana is online now. Pass the turn, let's draw. Let's cast this Zombify. Yep, cast this, target the Scholar. Auto pay. Draw a couple cards. Another Scholar, eh? Get rid of this cut down. Does not seem like it's doing much. Alright, get in. Pass the turn. A lot of Scholars. The problem is we might just lose to Wrath eventually. Opponent has to have Wraths and stuff in hand. Don't seem to have any Rides End. They discarded a Beanstalk last turn because they don't have the lands for it. Or they milled it, rather, because they don't have the lands for it. Zur. Oh. Got a cut down for that bad boy. Alright, my turn. Scholar time. Cut down can go. Cycle this Locust Spray. Play the Darkslick Shores, attack. Pass the turn. Opponent can definitely Wrath us, and then we're going to be stuck Zombifying bad cards. Lockdown. Okay, sure. That doesn't do anything. Swing in. Alright, this Scholar presents lethal next turn. Okay, let's discard some lands here. Yeah, let's do this. Decline to cast. In the turn, we just want to mill. We need untapped land into Wrath. They don't have it. Weird game. Domain just didn't draw lands or do anything. And we beat them down with Steamcore Scholars. We didn't have our plan. So both decks didn't have their plan. I guess we just won the Vanilla Bowl. GG's. Alrighty, we are going first here, and yeah, that's a fine hand. Need some lands, but hopefully these mills can get us to the proper... Wow. Big whiff. Mills can get us to the proper big creatures in the graveyard. Yep. Founding the Third Path. Do it on Chapter 1. Spell Pierce, sure. Fine by us. Now we can Scholar next turn. Verge, Scholar. This is just a Dimir control deck? Okay. They do have a removal spell, though? Sure. I mean, I don't... Whatever. You want to remove that, you can remove that. Let's get rid of the Bitter Triumph. Exactly, Sheltered here punishes that. Hopefully we can avoid that. Jace is fine. They mill us. Interesting choice, opponents. We'll take a Valgavoth. not the choice I would have made. To mill the Steamcore Scholar deck after I played a Founding the Third Path to mill and a Free the Fate to mill. And we have a Jace under here that we're definitely going to cast. Alright, let's get in there. Don't care about our opponent's Jace. They didn't even take it up. Yep, Jace coming in. Swamp.
For the sake of Phyrexia, I will keep watch.
Riddle. Put one of them into our hands. Scholar. Plus on nothing.
Heal.
Play a Synthesis. Discard a Scholar. Play a Synthesis. Discard a Prankster. Pass a turn. And our opponent with the mill over Valgavoth playing with the Jace. Let's see how well that ends up for them. They're going to try to sacrifice permanents. They're just going to get that countered. Okay. Do you potentially have a Wrath? You don't. Okay, well, you also get some bonus points with this deck with your opponents not really being prepared for the Reanimator deck. So, GG's. Let's hit the wrap-up. Alrighty, here. We're back with a wrap-up for Dimir, Reanimator, and Aetherdrift Standard. And yes, this deck is good. You're playing very powerful spells as early as turn 4. That beats a lot of decks in the format. You have early removal, which you can use to beat red decks, and also Evangel and Steamcore Scholar can also help you live long enough so you can get to these Valgavoths, these Atraxas. You're not invulnerable. I mean, I was playtesting this deck before. I was had the camera rolling and everything, the screen capture rolling, and I would lose to the best hand from mono red, or control. Certainly, like counterspell control is not a deck you're looking to face against, but the deck did perform pretty well when I started recording, and it's a good deck to attack the meta game with. You can win a lot of games here. It's quick. The games, you're in and out quick with the games, which means you can scale the ladder quickly. It has good matchups across the board, but no deck's perfect. You're going to lose. Other decks' best draws will beat you. Your best draws will not beat other decks' best draws. Like, you're not going to beat Mono Red's best draw, I don't think, unless you have exactly cut down into Bitter Triumph, into a third removal spell, and then Valgavoth. Like, you can beat them with their best draw potentially, but it would require something insane from you. So I wouldn't expect to go out and win every matchup, but you're going to be looking good out there in the meta. You just got to play well, sequence your spells correctly, know when to play your Picklock Pranksters, know when to play your Founding the Third Paths. Make sure you can, chapter-wise, put out the right chapter for Founding the Third Path. The third chapter will trigger before you're able to play a land drop, so make sure you have 4 mana in play already if you are planning to cast Zombify out of Founding the Third Path. But all that said, pretty good deck in the meta. The only new card is Locust Spray, which was, okay. It was good in that it cycled in some matchups and can grow creatures with the Proft's Eidetic Memory as well, but really just being a removal spell that can cycle into a land or something later is somewhat valuable. So there is that. But yeah, go ahead and try this deck out if you have the cards for it. GG's, and until next time, wherever you are, whenever you are, have a magical day.